Welcome to my YouTube channel SN Snooker Championship League Snooker 2K22. First frame, start.
Thank you. The first frame, Ian Martin to break.
So our referee is Thepchaiya-Un-Nooh, and it's Ian Martin who gets to break off. Hasn't officially got a tour card, Dave, but he was 9th on the Q School Order of Merit as he breaks off and goes to the incorrect side of the blue, which wasn't a good sign. But 9th on the Q School Order of Merit, he should get into a fair amount of tournaments.
1.
Yeah, we'll see as the season goes on, but it's a bit of a into the lines den in this group, isn't it? You know, he's up against 3 ranking event winners, Jimmy Robertson, Thepchaiya.Un-Nooh and Marco Fu, so it's a very, very tough group to come into, and already Thepchaiya has got going in frame 1 here.
6.
Looking like a 3-way fight for this group, but obviously this match is vital for Thepchaiya because Jimmy Robertson won 3-0 against Ian Martin, so I'm sure Un-Nooh is looking to match that. He plays the last match, of course, against Robertson tonight. Marco Fu still in the mix, of course, after the draw.
Yeah, the Lions Den, I think that's a good way of putting it. It's one of the tougher groups we've had. And in fact, I think overall
15.
today, even on table 2, that group is uncompromising also. Overall, I think perhaps the best day for the quality of all of the players combined.
$22.
Hard to believe that Thepchaiya.Un-Nooh nearly dropped off the tour last season. Plummeted down the rankings, points coming off. Of course, was one of the issues from the tier system, but anyway, stayed on, and you expect him to rise up the list again. Of course, he qualified for the Crucible. Gave John Higgins
30.
a bit of a match in round 1.
$31.
We've just had Wimbledon, and I suppose if you want to draw a tennis analogy with Thepchaiya, he's like one of those players capable of winning inspirational rallies and doing wonderful things, and then putting a
38.
simple forehand into the net.
Well, he didn't
39.
hang around in that Marco Fu match. His average shot time is 15.5 seconds. So that's seriously quick. Not that that guarantees you anything, but that's how he plays. Of course, he won that shootout. There was no sign of any concern about the shot clock. Well, be concerned about that. He didn't intend to catch that red. So that's a mistake.
46.
Very good recovery, though.
47.
Just took a moment there, focused on the pot, and back in business. And already he's up to 54.
54.
Now the plant, yeah, he's taking a look at that for future reference. Seems on to me.
$55.
Not his best, far from it. Okay, he's on the black, but look where the cue ball is.
Thepchaiya.Un-Nooh, 55.
Yeah, so it was a swift effort, that, but he has come to an end at 55.
1.
Yeah, I mean, he could run for cover, of course, but the other option is try and pot the blue. He's opened up the reds quite nicely. It was a tough one. It was a positive shot choice and could have led to good things, but the blue didn't threaten the pocket in the end, so Thepchaiya with another chance, leading by 54. But that is a massive let-off. I think Ian Martin, just looking at him in his seat, thought the frame was over there. In fact, he's got a good chance here.
And this frame already is a microcosm of Thepchaiya.Un-Nooh. The slack positional shot onto the black and then a very surprising miss. Oh. But if Martin continues to play like this match will be over in double quick time.
Yeah, he's confused about that. Of course, he had that chance in the first frame against Jimmy Robertson, who also actually made a 55 break against him and was clearing up nicely, missed the green. And that was the start of his woes in that match, and things have not improved here. He's let Thepchaiya-Un-Nooh off the hook in a big way, actually. He needs another red, and it should be 1-0 to him.
Seven. 8.
That was frame ball. This is insurance.
$14. 15. 20. 21.
So reminiscent of the most renowned speedster from the 80s and 90s, Tony Drago. When he's flowing, he makes the game look crazily easy.
27.
But at any moment he could
20.
make a mistake.
$34. Thepchaiya-Un-Nooh.
There's that mistake I was telling you about. Although in this instance it was purely academic. Breaks of 55 and 34 mixed in with a few mistakes, and from the way the first frame went in this match,
Second frame, start.
he's really struggling, and if he continues to do so, they'll be shaking hands sharpish. Now that's more like it. That was a quality shot.
Yes, I mean, there's no rhyme or reason to it, really, is there? Because he missed that dolly red, didn't he, to the left corner earlier? But that red, far more difficult he strokes in, and that's a sign of what a good player he is. I guess one of the issues for someone like Ian Martin is, of course, he has a full-time job,
6.
runs his own business, so that doesn't leave a lot of time to practice. He's not a 20-something, maybe has the opportunity to do that. So opportunities like this to play in these sort of tournaments can only be a positive.
7.
That's gone wrong, but the very fact he's here today playing these top players can only be good experience for him. Of course, he had that good run in the shootout in 2021, got to the last 16 there. I know, he really loved that.
Blue ball.
He's back here at the Morningside Arena on Saturday, actually. Takes on Chang Bing-yu in the European Masters qualifiers.
Ian Martin, 7. Touching ball.
Actually, in those European Masters qualifiers, Dave, Thepchaiya.Un-Nooh has been given a really tough early assignment against a former world champion, Graham Dott.
Yeah, there's some tough matches coming up in that qualifying section. Ooh, a little flick. It was handy.
Thank you.
Just allowing Tatiana Wollaston, the referee, to just check the line in case that cue ball has to be put back. Bought the red too thick. So Thepchaiya was a little fortunate to get that flick, but Ian Martin could still see the edge of the red. He just caught too much of it, and that's why given Thepchaiya.Un-Nooh this chance.
1.
Sort of doing that thing where he sort of can't bear to watch from his seat. Thepchaiya, of course, he had got in the 16. He was played in the Masters. He got up to number 15, but it was a sort of perfect storm. Firstly, he wasn't winning matches. That's the main thing. But then he had big points coming off. He'd been in a big final in China, so on the 2-year system that came off. He'd already lost the shootout points as well, and started cascading down the ranking list.
8.
Well, it's great that he stayed on. I mean, you wouldn't want to lose him from the tour, but it just shows it can happen to anyone if you get on a bad run.
Yes, and the way the circuit is, if you do well at the World Championship, it can paper over some cracks.
14. $15.
Well, Thai snooker's on the up, isn't it? Because, of course, there's Thepchaiya, there's Noppon Senkam, who got to the second round at the Crucible. Deshawat Poomjang's got his tour card back. We've not yet to see him. And, of course, the Women's World Champion,
22.
Thepchaiya, who we've already seen in this event. He's also on tour. And the Six Reds World Championship will be back in Bangkok in September.
23.
Yes, you're looking at a former winner. Captured the title in 2015 and was runner-up to Mark Williams in 2017.
Yes, and James Wattenaar, the man who kind of started
29.
it all, he recently won gold medal at the Southeast Asian Games for snooker, so he's still playing. Not on the main
30.
tour anymore, but still playing, still representing Thailand.
I've never commentated on Six Reds,
37.
Dave. Must be quite a
30.
challenge, because you got a lot of very tight frames. The highest break isn't 147, of course, it's 75.
Well, it can be very quick. Actually, it can
45.
be over quickly, because obviously once those reds
46.
are broken in the first shot, they can all be on, they can all be potable. But it can also get very nervy, as you say. It's never sort of caught on in a big way. Obviously, we have the World Championship in Thailand, but you know, when it came along initially about a decade ago. There was sort of talk about
53.
would threaten the traditional game. Never happened. But equally, there's nothing wrong with having
54.
one event a year. It is quite popular, I think, in Asia. Well, there's 5 reds on here, and Thepchaiya.Un-Nooh
60.
only needs one of them with a big colour, and he's 2-0 up.
61. $68. 69. Thepchaiya.Un-Nooh 69.
Not the smoothest delivery of the cue. The yellow doesn't find the pocket, and even though one snooker,
One.
which yields a free ball, could be enough. And after that kiss off the green, it was imperative he dropped nicely on a high value colour, and he's done so.
Yes, I mean, realistically, he's unlikely to win
8.
the frame, but I think he's also looking for table time.
Nine.
Nothing wrong with that one, was there? Terrific pot. So, going to leave the last red on the table.
$15. Ian Martin 15.
He's played that nicely, so he's 47 behind, 35 on. Now, if Un-Nooh does miss the red here and leaves a free ball, with that free ball plus black, then red, black and all the colours, Martin could force a respotted black.
Well, this shouldn't be a free ball, should it? Even if he misses it.
Foul.
But I tell you
Ian
what,
Martin 5. Free ball.
it's incredible, really. I mean, there's so much space there not to leave the free ball.
I was saying that for purposes of information, Dave, without any thought he would. For someone as experienced as him, for someone as talented as him, well, that's just unforgivable.
Problem is, as you say, he would need the black off. So for example, the yellow, he's not got much of an angle to get on the black. Oh, he's looking at the blue.
Extension.
But it's raised the stakes suddenly, hasn't it? And I mean, the frame looked over, but it could be a big error.
It's okay.
Well, you can't roll in behind a free ball, but what if he were to pop the yellow and then get a really good snooker off his next colour, which he'd be entitled to do, nestle in behind that, where the blue is masking the red? That would make an escape potentially extremely difficult.
What are you playing? Free ball or
Sorry, I'm playing blue, free ball.
blue?
Yeah.
Okay, blue ball.
Yeah, the referee's asking for clarification, so he's taking the blue as a red. Laying down for the black.
It's okay.
It might have to be pink now. But even so, this frame feels a bit closer.
1.
pink, it's one snooker needed. If he takes the black, obviously you've got to get it, then he can still tie the frame.
Ian Martin 1, frame conceded, frame
Un-Nooh
Thepchaiya-Un-Nooh.
entitled to breathe a sigh of relief there. Ian Martin looks at Thepchaiya as he walks back to his chair and
Thanks for watching. Subscribe now.